Hello everybody, I am Rue and this is my cozy corner of booktube, Rue with the Books. In this video I'm going to be reading Sporkles to test my knowledge. This video is going to be a little bit of fun and a little bit different. It should be quite interactive. Whenever I miss seemingly obvious answers, you can shout at the screen in visceral anger. I'll probably do badly. You'll probably, in your mind, do fantastic. And I will probably rage bait you by being bad for this video, but we'll see what my knowledge is and how it goes. It will be a nice way to kind of see what I don't know, maybe what I need to do a little bit of research on in terms of my reading, where I need to go, where my holes are. So yeah, that's that. Before I get into playing the Sporkles, I would wholeheartedly appreciate your support by you pressing the like button. It's pretty hard with the algorithm these days, so any support makes a massive difference. And if you like books, booktube and booktube content, be sure to press the subscribe button down below so that you never miss a Rue with the Books upload. And spoiler alert, I do upload weekly. Be sure to grab a beverage of your choice to participate in these cozy book vibes that we do have going on in this channel. But yes, without any further ado, let's get into these Sporkles. Right, so quiz number 1 is Picture It, Famous Books 3. Why did I choose to do Famous Books 3 over Famous Books 1 and 2? I don't really know. I just clicked the first one that I saw and this is it. So it's got 14 questions and you get 3 minutes to do it. So let's see how I do. Bleak Something by Charles Dickens. I'm going to do this as a process of elimination, so I'll start with the ones that I know. 1984 by George Orwell. The Something in the Willows. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Something of Champions. I think it's Breakfast of Champions. A Tale of Two Cities. Zen and the Art of Something Maintenance. The Something of the Wild. The Call of the Wild. The Something Garden. Count of Monte Cristo. Please be this one. Yes. Something Shrugged. To the Something. The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. That's an absolute classic. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Right, so we've got a house, we've got blowing, we've got whispering, we've got a motorbike. So, Zen and the Art of Motorbike Maintenance. That was genius! Oh my goodness, that was a bit of a gamble, but that's such a random name for a book. The Something Garden. Oh, we got a lighthouse. Lighthouse, To the Lighthouse. Bleak Lighthouse. The Lighthouse in the Willows. I somehow don't think it's that one. The Lighthouse Garden doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's this one, so I'm going to guess To the Lighthouse. Bleak Something. So, Bleak Statue. Okay, so we've got Statue, Whisper, Blowing, and House. The Garden in the Willows. Sorry, the House in the Willows. The House Garden? House Shrugged. Bleak. Also got Statue. The Statue in the Willows. No. The Something Garden. The Secret Garden, I'm guessing. Something Shrugged. House Shrugged. Blowing Shrugged. Statue Shrugged. Bleak House. Bleak House. That does sound like something that Charles Dickens would have written. Nice. And then I've got one more I can get here. Blowing Shrugged or Statue Shrugged? Statue Shrugged sounds more right. Nice. Well, do you know what? For quiz number 1, 93%, I did better than the average of 90%, using my witty powers of deduction. Hopefully this is an ode to how the rest of this could go, but it could go all pear-shaped, all downhill from here. But let's stay confident. So next I have Picture It, Famous Books 4. It's going to be in the same format as the last one. Are You There Something? It's Me, Margaret. The Princess Bride. Love this book. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The Tin Something. Harold and the Something Crayon. The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. Tinker Something Soldier Spy. Something Zhivago. The Scarlet Pimpernel, but I don't know what Pimpernel would be. I actually don't really know what that is. A Passage to Something. Three Men in a Something. Well, oh, hold on. A Christmas Carol. It's got to be this one. The Picture of Dorian Gray. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Well, it's Scarlet Pimpernel. I'm guessing it's going to be this one. No! Oh, crap. A Passage to Something. So we've got a doctor. We've got... I don't really know what that is. Someone measuring a suit. I don't know how to describe that in one word. Three men in a yacht could be... That would make sense. Three men in a drum doesn't make sense. Three men in a letter doesn't make sense. Three men in a India, grammatically that doesn't make sense. So I'm guessing yacht. Okay, are you there? Oh, doctor, maybe. No. The Tin Drum. Harold and the Drum Crayon. Doesn't make sense. Tinker something. A Passage to India. That makes sense. The Tin something. The Tin Doctor, maybe? Harold and the Dr. Crayon, doesn't make sense. Tinker, Doctor, Soldier, Spy. Tinker, Doctor... See, that could be it, because these are all words for different careers. So a tinker, a doctor, a soldier, and a spy. Really? It's not? Okay. Harold and the Dr. Zhivago, the Tin Doctor. What about letter? And the letter crayon and the drum crayon. Oh, we've also got gods. Tin gods. Harold and the something crayon and the god crayon. God Zhivago. The tin. Oh, this one's hard now. I've got 36 seconds, so I need to kind of go quick. I'm gonna guess the Tin Doctor. Harold and the... This one. Drum Zhivago. Okay, I did not do as well for this one, but let's find out what the answers were. So, I don't still... Tinker Suit? Tinker Measurement Soldier Spy? I have no idea. The Scarlet... Ah, so it's a letter. Oh, to be fair, maybe it's called the Scarlet Letter, not the Scarlet Pimpernel. Maybe I just got the book wrong there. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. Okay. Dr. Zhivago. Okay. Harold and the... What was this? Was this just a colour as well? The Tin Drum. Okay. Well, that was learning. I learned something there. I didn't do as well on that one, but I still had a whale of a time. That was a very fun quiz. So next up we have authors of famous books. Can you select the author who wrote the famous work of literature? It's 24 questions and 4 minutes for the time limit. Let's go. The Great Gatsby, I know, is by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is by Mark Twain. Moby Dick is by, I don't know, The Old Man and the Sea. That just sounds like Ernest Hemingway, but I'm gonna guess at the end. J.R. Tolkien is The Hobbit. Animal Farm is George Orwell. Ulysses, I'm pretty sure that's by Homer. It's not! Oh, I messed up. I was thinking of Odyssey, I think. Homer wrote something very famous. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Don Quixote by... Ooh, I'm going to guess at the end. I think it's Miguel, but I could be wrong. I'm going to guess at the end. The Odyssey. So this one's Homer. There you go. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I just love that name. Aldous Huxley is a sick name. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. I'm doing alright in this one. Paradise Lost, not too sure. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I think it's Lewis Carroll. Yes. Lolita, oh, it's not Kafka. I don't think it's Dostoevsky, so I'm guessing, but I think it's by this one, yes. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. I do want to read that book. Lord of the Flies by William Golding. The Sound and the Fury, no idea. Madame Bovary, not too sure. Catch-22, amazing book, one of my favorites, Joseph Heller. Okay, and now we've cycled back round. So, I don't think it's Jules Verne. He's the person that wrote 80 Days Around the World. For some reason, Herman Melville is screaming at me. I don't think it's Henry David Thoreau, and I don't think it's Richard Paul Wagner. So I'm guessing this one, and I was right. Okay, so The Old Man and the Sea. For some reason, Ernest Hemingway screaming at me, and I was right. Anna Karenina. I don't think it's Charles Dickens. I don't know why, but Leo Tolstoy is screaming at me, but I also am not sure. This is kind of it's a 50-50 in my opinion. It was! Okay, Don Quixote. So I think it's Miguel de Cervantes, but once again, I'm not 100% sure. Let's guess. Okay, I was right. Right, now, what do I have left? I've got Madame Bovary, Paradise Lost, and The Sound and the Fury. So, out of all of these, the only author I know is Ray Bradbury. I feel like I've heard of William Faulkner, but I can't attach a name to it. So I'm gonna go for Charles Merrill. It's completely random guess here. It was William Faulkner. Okay. Madame Bovary. Madame Bovary. I'm gonna go to Paradise Lost first. I don't know why. John Milton, Charles Shaw, Adam Smith, or George Gordon Byron. I'm going to guess John Milton. 25% chance. Let's go. And yeah, I literally don't know any of these authors. I've never heard of any of them. I'm going to guess Jacques Marquette. I was wrong. It was Gustave Flaubert. So I actually got 88%, which is higher than the average score. Mind you, some of those were guesses, but some of them were educated guesses, whereas some of them were random. So you know what? I will take the victory there. Do you know what? As a general, I think if I get higher than average, I have won the game. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, the next quiz is Book Map Reveal. Can you name the pictured books to reveal another famous book? Naming the hidden book will complete the quiz. So this one's super quick. It's only 45 seconds. I've got to lock in. Right. Great Gatsby for Scott Fitzgerald. We've got Wuthering Heights. To be honest, the only Harper Lee book I know is To Kill a Mockingbird. Then we've got Catcher in the Rye. Okay, we've got Grapes of Wrath. We've got, that could be any Charles Dickens book. Let's just guess, Crime and, oh goodness, oh god, okay, do you know what, I see a pig. It's going to be Animal Farm. Yay, I did it, okay. I was stressing because my keyboard control was all over the place. It was starting to like scroll up and down the page. So there was A Passage to India, which was in one of the previous quizzes. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Okay, it's good to know that's actually a Dickens book. The Grapes of Wrath, and it was Crime and Punishment, which is what I was going to guess. But either way, I got this one right. Nice, quick, easy quiz. 100%. I beat the average score, and I got 100% to be fair, so you can't really win it any more than that. Okay, quiz number 5 in this video is famous authors' first books. These famous books were the first novels written by their authors. Choose the famous author's famous first book. Okay, so 15 questions, 3 minutes. Let's get into it. J.R.R. Tolkien is going to be The Hobbits. Ken Casey, I'm not too sure. Stieg Larsson, not too sure. Joseph Heller is Catch-22. Mary Shelley is Frankenstein, which is this one. Stephen King is Carrie. Jane Austen is Sense and Sensibility. Khalid Hosseini, I'm not really sure. Harper Lee is To Kill a Mockingbird. Charlotte Bronte is Jane Eyre. Oscar Wilde is The Picture of Dorian Gray. Daniel Defoe, I'm actually not 100% certain, but I feel like it's Robinson Crusoe. Okay, H.G. Wells. The Time Machine. Ralph Ellison. Okay, what do I have left? I've got Invisible Man, I've got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and The Kite Runner. So there's 3 there. I feel like the girl with the dragon tattoo is Khaled Hosseini, but I might be way off. I was way off. Okay, so I've got L. Frank Baum. So okay, I'm gonna guess Ken Casey is the girl with the dragon tattoo. Oh, there was one other one. One flew. I missed one because of the weird coloring. Okay, so I've got two more. I think Frau Fellison. Oh gosh, I've really messed up these last few. Okay, so I got 73%, so I lost this quiz because that is lower than the average score. I feel like once I got one wrong, I kind of started getting all of them wrong. Up until that point, it was straight wins, 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 wins. So I messed this one up a little bit, but I had fun either way. It's the participation that counts sometimes, eh? Okay, so next we have Books by Sporkle 2, which is 40 questions and 6 minutes. Let's see how I do. Sporkle and Lovers, not sure. A Sporkle Tragedy. Go Tell It on the Sporkle. Cat Sporkle. The Sporkle in the Right. Well, this one's Catcher. Henderson and the Rain Sporkle. The Sporkle in Our Stars. Fault. The Fault in Our Stars. A very famous, very sad book. A, B, C, D, E, F. There you go. All the Sporkle Men. Sporkle at Noon. Main Sporkle. The Return of the Sporkle. Why Soda? Oh, okay, this one's C. I've heard about this in the old classic literature videos that I've watched. Sophie's Sporkle. The Way of All Sporkle. The Lion, the Witch, and the Sporkle. So this one's Wardrobe. Sporkle with a View. Brideshead Sporkle. The Sporkle of San Luis Rey. The Sporkle and the Fury. The Sound, I think it was. This was in one of the previous quizzes. The Postman Always Sporkle Twice. The Sporkle of the Artist as a Young Man. The Da Vinci Sporkle. Okay, so I know this one's Code. The Sporkle Verses by Salman Rushdie. So, very famous book. I've actually read this one. It's Satanic. It's a very difficult book, but I enjoyed it. On the Sporkle of Human Sporkle. The Sporkle of the Dove. The Sporkle Ambersons. The Sporkle Falcon. The Sporkle of the Wilds. So I think this one's Call of the Wilds. The Sporkle Wives' Tale. I think it's no, I was thinking of Handmaid's Tale, but that is a completely different book, actually. Sporkle of Repose. A Sporkle in the River. Sporkle Expectations. So this one's going to be Great Expectations. Sporkle of Eden is going to be East of Eden by John Steinbeck. The Sporkle is a Lonely Hunter. The Day of the Sporkle. This Sporkle of Paradise. For F. Scott Fitzgerald, interesting. Sporkle Road, okay, and now I'm going back. Okay, so there's a lot here that I have absolutely no idea. So let's start with one that would fit American. An American Tragedy. Go Tell It on the American Unlikely. Nope. Nope. Could be this one. Nope. Nope. Maybe, but doubt. The Return of the American, Sophie's American, The Way of All Americans, An American with a View, Brideshead American. Okay, I think it might be one of the first ones. An American Tragedy. Okay, nice. Go Tell It on the Sporkle. Cat's Choice. I think it's Cat's Cradle. There you go. Henderson on the Rain Sporkle. All the King's Men? All the King's Men. Okay, nice. Sporkle at Noon. Sporkle at... Oh, something at... So, Darkness at Noon could be it. Angle at Noon, Bend at Noon, Bondage at Noon, Bridge at Noon, Choice at Noon, Flesh at Noon, Heart at Noon, King at Noon, Locust at Noon, Magnificent at Noon, Maltese at Noon, Mountain at Noon, Native at Noon, Old at Noon, Portrait at Noon, Revisited, Rings at Noon, Road at Noon, Room at Noon, Side at Noon, Sons of Noon, Sons at Noon, Street at Noon. I feel like it's going to be Darkness. Nice. Okay, Main Sporkle. Main Choice? Main Road? Main Road? Nope, it's not. Sophie's Sporkle. Sophie's Choice, maybe? Sophie's Sons could be a good one. The Way of All Sport. Flesh. On the Sporkle. This should be a good one. On the wings, on the volcano, on the tobacco, on the sun, on the street, on the suns, on the side. On the side could be it. On the room, on the road, on the rings, on the revisited, on the portrait, on the old, on the native, on the mountain. On the mountain, I'm guessing, nope. Of human sporkle. This one should not be too difficult, I feel, because there's only limited words that would work here. So of human volcano just wouldn't work, but of human flesh could work, of human choice, of human bridge, of human bondage, of human... I think it's flesh. No, it's not. The sporkle of the dove, the heart of the dove? Nope. The sporkle amberson, it's the sporkle falcon. Just something falcon, this one. The mountain falcon? Nope. The sporkle wife's tale. The revisited wife's tale, the native wife's tale, the side wife's tale, the sun's wife's tale. That's next. The tobacco wife's tale. Okay, I'm going to guess the old wife's tale. Nice. I finally got another one right. Okay, I've only got 50 seconds. Sporkle of Repose by Stagna. A sporkle in the river. A choice, a locust, a heart, a flesh, native, a sun in the river, a Maltese, a bend in the river. The sporkle is a lonely hunter. The choice, locust, magnificent heart. The heart is a lonely hunter. Yes. The day of the sporkle. The day of the locust. Okay, that was a good guess. The sporkle of paradise. The portrait of paradise. The native, the mountain of paradise. Nope. Something road. Bondage road, bridge road, choice road, main road. Where was Maine? I'm gonna guess Maine. Nope, it's not even a thing. The revisited road under the... Okay. So I got 45%. I didn't do too hot there. Let's see what the answers were. So angle of repose, of bondage, sorry, of human bondage, the sporkle, the bridge of San Luis Rey, choice, Sophie's choice, the way of the flesh, Henderson the Rain King, the magnificent ambersons, the Maltese falcon. I should have guessed that. Go tell it on the mountain. I wouldn't have guessed that one. The return of the native. A portrait of the artist of a young man. That makes so much sense. Brideshead Revisited. Interesting. The postman always rings twice. Okay, that's a good title. On the road makes sense. A room with a view makes sense. This side of paradise. Okay, makes sense. Sons and lovers. Main Street makes sense. The sun also rises. Right, I'm interested in what one's going to be tobacco. Tobacco Road. Okay, that's interesting. Under the volcano kind of makes sense. And the wings of the dove. Okay, so I've got a long way to go in ones like this, but this was a learning opportunity. I'm probably going to forget all of these answers, but one day I'm going to be a literature genius with ones like this. Okay, and the final quiz of this video is 50 characters, 50 books. Can you pick the books to match the characters? It's 50 questions and we get 10 minutes. Okay, James Bond, The Wife of Bath. Along John Silver is Treasure Island, which is here. Edward Cullen is Twilight. D'Artagnan, not sure. Humbert, not sure. Anne Shirley, no. The Big Friendly Giant, that's going to be BFG. Katniss Everdeen is Hunger Games. Tom Joad, no idea. Scarlett O'Hara, no sure. Eeyore. That is Winnie the Pooh, which is here. Holly Golightly, Hawkeye, not sure. Clara Starling, Emma Woodhouse. Jay Gatsby is going to be Great Gatsby. Elizabeth Bennet, not sure. Arthur Dent, that sounds familiar. Is that Hitchhiker's Guide? Yes, Captain Ahab Big Brother is 1984. It's going to be the letters. No. There it is. Friday, not sure. Miss Havisham, not sure. Sancho Panza, Clarissa Dalloway, Kurtz. Jean Valjean is Les Miserables, which is here. Elizabeth Salander, Joe March, Lenny Small, Rodion Romanovich Raskolnikov. That is going to be some Dostoevsky or Leo Tolstoy type of character. What is it going to be? It's going to be Crime and Punishment. Robert Langdon, Mr. Toad, Lyra Silvertongue. I am pretty sure that is the Golden Compass. I mean, Lemuel Gulliver is Gulliver's Travels in this one. Yes, it is. Gandalf. That is going to be. Oh my gosh, Lord of the Rings. Or the Hobbits. Hobbit. There it is. Vito Corleone. That sounds like The Godfather. Hester Prynne, Ralph. Ralph is Lord of the Flies. Heathcliff, not sure. Severus Snape is Harry Potter. Sam Spade, Holden Caulfield. I feel like I've heard that one. Snowball. Snowball. Is there something here that sounds snowy? Sherlock Holmes. Oh, see, the thing is none of them are called Sherlock Holmes. They all actually have titles, so that doesn't make it easier. Edmond Dantes. That sounds so familiar. Is it like the Count of Monte Cristo or something? Yes. Atticus Finch. I think Atticus Finch is going to be To Kill a Mockingbird. Yossarian is going to be Catch-22. Tyrion Lannister is a Game of Thrones. Sakamoto Chiyo, that is going to be one that sounds Japanese. So I'm going to go Memoirs of a Geisha. Okay, no idea on James Bond. So I've done all right so far. Hump, Anne Shirley, Tom Jones, Scarlett O'Hara. It's going to be The Scarlet Letter. No. Okay. Well, it was a guess. It certainly was a guess. Hawkeye. Are there any that sound familiar? Miss Havisham. Is that on Animal Farm? No. Joe March. Lenny Small. Robert Langdon. Robert Langdon also sounds familiar. Is it Hound of the Baskervilles? No. Mr. Toad, is that Animal Farm? Really? It's not Animal Farm? That's crazy. Holden Caulfield. See, that sounds familiar. Is that Grapes of Wrath? No. Wow. Humbert, is that Animal Farm? No! Oh gosh, it's going so wrong now. Anne Shirley, is that Anne of the Green Gables? Okay, so what else do we have? Maybe I'm going too quickly, and what I actually need to do is look at what we have. So we've got Animal Farm, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Canterbury Tales, The Catcher in the Rye, Da Vinci Code, Don Quixote, Dr. No, Emma, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Gone with the Wind, The Grapes of Wrath, Hound of the Baskervilles, Last of the Mohicans, Little Women, Lolita, Maltese Falcon, Moby Dick, Mrs. Dalloway, Of Mice and Men, Pride and Prejudice, Robinson Crusoe, The Scarlet Letter, Silence of the Lambs, Three Musketeers, Wind in the Willows, Wuthering Heights. Elizabeth Bennet. I feel like that's Pride and Prejudice. Captain Ahab. So Captain is a rank. I'm going to move on. Friday. Is there anything to do with the day of the week? No. Sancho Panza. That sounds Three Musketeers. It's not. Damn it. Clarissa Dalloway. I feel like I should... Oh, Mrs. Dalloway. There you go. Kurtz. Elizabeth Salander. Joe March. Lenny Small. Is that Great Expectations? No. Hester Prynne. Heathcliff. Is that Catcher in the Rye? No. Sam Spade? It's getting difficult here. Snowball. Sherlock Holmes. James Bond. See, the annoying thing is I don't even know which one of these is James Bond. Hawkeye. Is that Animal Farm? No. Clarice Starling? I'm so stuck now. I'm getting nothing. Captain Ahab. Is that... Which one of these is Animal Farm? Is it Friday? Kurtz. Oh, I'm getting so many wrong. Joe March. No. Hester Prynne. The Grapes. Snowball. Is it Don Quixote? Sherlock Holmes. Gone with the Wind. James Bond. Heart of Darkness. The Wife of Bath. Is it Emma? D'Artagnan. Is that Three Musketeers? Okay, I've got another one. Hooray! So I've got half of them at least. Tom Joad, Holly Golightly, Clara Starling, Emma Woodhouse, Captain Ahab, Kurtz. So we've got a few. Tom Joad. Because I've gotten some wrong as well. Like some of them just aren't valid. Most of them aren't valid answers anymore. I'm gonna guess Moby Dick, just because captain could be like somebody that is on a boat, like a ship captain. Elizabeth Salander, Sam Spade, Tom Joad, Holly Golightly. I'm gonna guess Little Women. Okay, it's not. Clarice Starling, is that Wuthering Heights? Emma Woodhouse, Wuthering Heights. Kurt, Last of the Mohicans. Lisbon Salander, Gone with the Wind. Sam Spade, Animal Farm. Tom Joad, Animal Farm. Okay, I got 52%, which is less than average, but it is better than half. That was a tough one. Snowball was Animal Farm. Holly Golightly was Breakfast at Tiffany's. The Wife of Bath was Canterbury Tales. That was Holden Caulfield. See, that name just rung a bell, but I've actually not read Catcher in the Rye. Da Vinci Code is Robert Langdon. Sancho Panza is Don Quixote. Oh, I feel like I could have guessed that one. So James Bond is Dr. No. Emma Woodhouse. I should have guessed that one. That's actually embarrassing. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is Elizabeth Salander. Gone with the Wind is Scarlett O'Hara. The Grapes of Wrath is Tom Joad. Miss Havisham for Great Expectations. Kurt for Heart of Darkness. Oh, so Hound of the Baskervilles is a Sherlock Holmes book. Hawkeye for Last of the Mohicans. That actually makes sense. Joe March for Little Women. Humbert Humbert for Lolita. Sam Spade for Maltese Falcon. Lenny Small for Of Mice and Men. Friday for Robinson Crusoe. Hester Prynne for The Scarlet Letter. Clara Starling for Silence of the Lambs. Mr. Toad for The Wind in the Willows. And Heathcliff for Wuthering Heights. So, okay, now looking at it, that does make sense because, you know, Heights, Cliff, I guess there is some loose connection there. I wonder if it's actually relevant in the book or not. So yeah, well, that's the last of the quizzes. Please don't be angry at me. I did my best. Let me know if you think you would have done better than me in this one. You probably would. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun recording it because, you know, doing quizzes and trivia is a fun time. It's a very popular subgenre of TV, you know, game shows, because it's fun to see what people get right and wrong and test your own trivia knowledge as they do so as well. Go to press the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you'd like to connect with me outside of YouTube, I have links to Goodreads, TikTok, Instagram, and Storygraph in the description below that you can go ahead and check out. Anyway, until next time, Root out.